What's happening is Big K.A. We back in here. K too good. He sleep with the cutter. El Patron, you know the big dog wanna tell me he got more Drake news, more Drake news, more Drake news. You heard me? We at the top, we at the top, we at the top. Now, anyways, again, a little bit late on this, but we still gonna talk about it. Drake fans believe his recent chart placements are a Spotify conspiracy. Now, we're gonna talk about it. Now, do I really need to read the article? No. So we just gonna have a valid, bigger discussion. So we've been seeing, even with the Breakfast Club, trying to say, has Kendrick dimmed a light on Drake's career with all this not like us type of stuff and the Super Bowl performance? And I will say, like I said in that video, yes. Now, let's get started here and let me talk my shit real quick. Now, as we know, not like a situation happened. Drake's been on tour. He canceled the dates, which we do got to talk about eventually in a separate video, canceling his Australia dates, and he's going to try and do them more closer together. But either way, with that being said, we've seen recently, even with some Sexy Songs for You with Party Next Door, that doing those songs, or when the album was coming out, that it was kind of hard to find. I'm not going to lie. Usually, the nigga shit would just pop up. But it was a little bit harder to find, maybe because it was Party Next Door's name being the lead artist or whatever happened. Now, again, it still did great numbers. It did 250K first week. I thought that was great numbers as well. I know we're looking at Her Loss, because Her Loss did 400K. Something around either 402 or 404K. One of those. Because I think For All the Dogs it did 402 or 404K. Anyways. With that being said, people are like, oh, he's lacking, this is mid, like he didn't do his big one. And I'm looking at, well, if we're just looking at Party sold 10K, now yes, the last collab album did 400K, Drake's last solo album did 400K, but with Party doing 10K, again, Party Next Door, and no disrespect to him, he's still a great and talented artist. Is he of the level of popularity as a Future and a 21 Savage? No. So, of course, I'm not thinking they're going to do much. Plus, you also have to take into account, I think it was mostly prioritized by Party's label or even OVO itself, compared to usually, was Drake the lead artist on What a Time to Be Alive? I don't even know, but even still, that was Future's peak with Dirty Sprite and all that shit, like the 6 mixtapes. He was doing all his shit. So again, Future was on his type of time. So again, big artist. And with the 21 and Drake one, yeah, probably Universal took the lead on that. And Universal didn't really do much. Now, again, like I've been speculating in these videos, probably Universal, because it was announced before the lawsuit, maybe that you could drop your shit with that nigga. And then also, he's not the main artist. Maybe that was a trick so that everything could go smoothly. Now, it did drop. I was like, I don't know if this shit is going to drop, but the whole lawsuit, it did drop. Now we're seeing Drake, he dropped the I Heart from the lawsuit and all this other shit he's mostly focusing on. And he also dropped Spotify. He's mostly focusing on UMG. He probably got some files he went through to see, and he deemed that I Heart and even Spotify weren't really on no shit, but he might use some of that shit in his case against UMG. Now, with that being said, now, yes, was Spotify just giving niggas shit? No. Because usually his shit will pop up. I don't know if because Party's name is the first name on the collab tape that it didn't pop up like that. I don't fucking know. But yes, with these numbers about him having 250K and Nokia being there one week but then leaving the next week because not like us, and then going back to others. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, people's like, okay, Spotify's playing games. And I feel like, yeah. See, people think that, don't get me wrong, there's some good songs on this album, but the label has to push a button. In the aspect of, don't get me wrong, if it's a trash song, if it's that bad, it's not going to do shit. But if it's a good song, yes, the label might put more money into promoting it. It might get it into some spots that it should get to. Because again, if it's organically going off, you don't really have to do much as well. Also, yeah, it dropped Valentine's Day. It did good number. I think out of all the albums that dropped on Valentine's Day, it sold the most. It did sell the most. So again, there is some like highlights to be made, or not even highlights. We do have to encourage, like, oh, yo, he did his big one with this project. You know what I'm saying? So it was a decent project. I liked it. There were some songs I liked. Now, again, did I think it was the best collab those two could have done? No, I feel like it was lacking at some points. Certain songs were more Drake-centered. And as much as I love Drake, nigga, to have 3 solo tracks back to back to back was egregious. Y'all should have like tightened this up a bit. And did it really need to be 21 songs? Probably not. You could have got a smooth 14 to 16 and I probably would have been a little bit more happier. If I'm keeping it a buck. But I ain't gonna lie, Mitra Padre is my shit. I'm not gonna lie. Nakia grew on me. I ain't gonna lie. I was wrong about Nakia. It grew on me, and I can admit that. Now, with that being said, yes. Is there some games? Yes. Because at the end of the day, and he has benefited from this in the past. Every time he came at Kendrick for this bot shit and all this other shit, I'm like, you have benefited from that in the past as well. So I don't know why this is an argument. And Universal could probably prove that if we're keeping it a buck. Now, with that being said, right? How much Kendrick did first week? Hold on. Because if you still outsold Kendrick, I feel like that's a win. I feel like that's a win. And this is not even a solo project. How much Kendrick did? Oh, never mind, my bad. So Kendrick apparently sold first week with GNX a 319K. Okay, fair. It didn't do more. But I'm pretty sure Drake's solo album, especially with all of this and people probably do want to hear a solo album, will do decently well. It could get to around the 300s, but definitely past 200. Like Drake's still gonna drop numbers. And 250, dog, all of these artists aren't doing that shit. Now, I know I sound like an Aubrey Defender, an Ovio Ovulator, a Champagne Crusader. I know I sound like all of that. And an Aubrey Angel, if I didn't mention that. But with that being said, I do have to acknowledge, yes, he's still fucking Drake. That's still the boy. He has a decent fan base. He gonna do 200K. Just off of the strength, I feel like he gonna do 200K. And like I said, the sales ain't the sales. And honestly, Drake, if you're really trying to do sales, just start selling t-shirts and merch and bundling with an album sale. Then you're going to do a lot of numbers. But it's one of those situations where, yes, they made it a little bit difficult to find. It just didn't readily pop up. So, I'm not going to say Spotify is short-changing him. But definitely there's something. There's something. I don't know what it is, but there's a little something there. And again, it could be that it's Party Next Door being the lead artist. That's it. If it was Drake and Party, then maybe it would pop up more. Also, if you don't really listen to Drake much, I don't think it will pop up. To keep it a buck. I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Drake supporter. Like, you know, I've been bumping More Life recently. So, of course, because I've been bumping More Life recently, I would expect it to also pop up. Also, again, back to the album, my review, I do like certain takes people had when they say, yo, this is more like a playlist. Now, again, am I smashing to these songs? No, I'm not smashing Yell to these songs. Not all of them, like Deeper at least, or some. Pause, no Diddy. But like, certain songs of that ilk, yes. But all them songs on there, I ain't smashing them shit. And majority of the shit I like is Nakia, Give Me a Hug. Like, yo, meet your pot. Like, what y'all niggas talking about? Who the fuck is smashing to Give Me a Hug? You have demons. You have issues, okay? Now, with that being said, hey, I ain't gonna act like I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, hey, what do y'all think about this? Comments down below. Y'all think, what they saying? I was just ranting in this video, keep it a buck. Spotify is really blocking his blessings. They playing some games. They on TDE side. Or you think, yo, bro, it just didn't do what it was supposed to do. And like I said, did Kendrick dim Drake's side a little bit? Yeah, he did. He did. He did. Now, if we gonna talk about like allegations and what Drake was saying to Kendrick is true and what Kendrick was saying about Drake is true, that's a whole nother topic. And again, but besides all that, what do y'all think? Comments down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ there while I'm doing this thing. My name is Bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe, try to hit a little bit more. They heard me. And I'm gone. Shalom, Zoom, peace, y'all, guys. Aye.